Hi, everyone. Hope everybody's doing okay. Yeah, just waiting for some people to come in, and then we'll do some readings like we normally do. So I hope everybody's doing okay these days. I've been busy on projects and trying to get things done, and so I wasn't able to make last Wednesday, but so if anybody have noticed, I'm also starting an animal totem kind of discussion. Are you going to move or what? No, it's not open. Move. See, cat. See the whole world. See, look at this. Is the whole world. Okay. Okay, so I don't know. My wife says there's a bit of feedback. I don't know what it is. Let's see what it is. Okay. Just a second. My wife doesn't like what I did. There you go. Okay. I was just testing out to see the little backgrounds and that, see what would, if anything would look good. And my wife says, it sucks. Okay. Yeah, so that was one of 3 cats I have. That one usually jumps up here because he thinks the window's open, but I closed the window on him. So he's probably sulking somewhere else now. Okay, so let us move forward doing the reads. As I was mentioning, I'm doing one of the projects is doing a lot of learning on animal totems and power animals and whatnot. You might, if you're on our discussion groups, you'll see that pop up there, and that's where I'm posting it as well in YouTube. So I'll be working on that for a while and posting all that stuff. And if any of you guys want to join me, please, I'm always open to somebody telling me something else that's there or something that may, I mean, obviously there's a lot of people who know a lot about the stuff, and they certainly, I'm just beginning. So I like learning in a group. So if you guys are all interested, you either join me either on YouTube or Facebook. Anyway, babble, babble, babble. It's time to do some reads. Hi, Soul. Nice to see you back. Michelle Krantz, can you take off the caps, please? Okay, let's start from the beginning again. Let's go with Anne Marie. Okay. And your Facebook, okay. I think this is too close. Okay, so the one thing I'm hearing from your spirit guide, and I'm assuming it's hers, but it's her, but because I'm not connecting to her, but I'm talking through your spirit guide. So the one thing I'm kind of feeling, or your spirit guide's telling me, is that there's a period of time right now where your negativity is going to slowly come to an end. And she's helping you with this by removing people that are negative and certainly negative situations. She also feels that there may be an issue with money. And she says, you know what, save your money as you move forward because a few changes are coming up, as well as a major decision. I'm not sure if this is about work or her relationship, but there's certainly a big major decision to be made. And it's kind of right beside the romance card. So perhaps you're in a relationship and you have to make a decision whether you want to carry on with that relationship, or if one's coming in, then again another decision. But there's a decision coming up about that. Now, your mother is saying that she's also in the house with you, and that she likes to annoy you. That you might find some things not in the right position, or you might be sitting there trying to watch TV, and all of a sudden, you'll get a bunch of chatter in your head, or you'll drift off somewhere. And then you have to rewind the show and say, okay, well, I'm back to where I was. And it's just one of those things that as we drift off, it's usually because spirits are talking to us, or we're leaving our bodies to go get an answer. But again, the message is all about change over the next little while, a moving forward change. So a lot of the things over the next 3 months to 6 months, you're going to see the change. And don't be afraid of change. If you're afraid of it, then go out to nature or sit on the backyard, or do something that you're away from decisions, people who are talking to you, and get away from those people. Just to be by yourself to make sure that you're comfortable with the changes. I'm sure some of you, a lot of people, are not comfortable with changes, but the ones that are coming are good for you. It's just going to be something that you're not going to be too sure of for the next little while. But she says, she loves you, and she trusts that you will follow the right way. You've made some good decisions in your life, and I'm sure you'll make this decision. Anyway, so that's all I have for you. Hopefully that helps in some way. Okay, so turn it off. Maybe the orb was for you, Anne. Hi, Ken. My son, Dad, passed. Wondering if you have any message. Not quite sure what you mean, Anita, but I'll probably come back to you. Oh, yeah, so hey, let's see if we can answer your question. So the first thing, souls, I'm seeing like an older male that's standing behind you, kind of shows himself as, or his fingers as being very, let's say, completely crippled, but certainly had a hard time with his hands, maybe with arthritis or whatnot. And kind of a slow talker in a sense that, you know, he likes to think about things before he gives an answer, but usually when he gets an answer, people appreciate it. Man of little talk, but huge wisdom. Okay, so let's see what the message is for you for where you stay. So, you know, the first card I have for you is, just to confirm, is contemplation card. So contemplating where you want to go and where you should head and whatnot. And the next card that comes up is you having new starts. So like the end of the path. The end of the path usually shows me or tells me that you may be staying where you are. And perhaps there's still stuff to be done there. I get the feeling that there's, there's still either projects or things that haven't been resolved yet that you may want to resolve before you move on to the next stage or the next section. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, I have aphasia, so every time words will disappear on me. He's also pointing out to the fact that there's also going to be a few people moving in and out of your life over the next 6 months. Certainly a couple of loss of friends, but a lot of that is just simply because you finally put your foot down and say you're just annoyed at them and you just won't put up with their crap anymore. And also, I know you probably live in forest or something, but it also says to spend much more time in nature because it will give you the inside ideas of what to do and where you're supposed to be headed. I see you moving in the future, but I see you staying now because there are things you need to fix or to solve or to finish before you can do that. Otherwise, if you do move, you'd have to come back to fix it. So, the message is kind of fix it now and then you're free to go. I do see you moving in the future. I don't see you staying around here. But that's the message I get from this gentleman. I'm not sure if you know who he is, but, grandfather or something. Maybe great-grandfather, but that's the message I have for you. So hopefully that will help you in your decision-making. Hey, Chantal, Joy. Yes, Josie, my night is going good so far. Okay, so Diane Florent. Okay, so you think it would be smart enough for me to actually move the book instead of having to do this all the time, right? Yeah, just in a way. Okay, wondering if there's a message from my parents. So I see the male here, kind of indicating that he's your dad, but I don't seem to see the mother right now. He just pointed to the back of them, says she's coming. Says she has to look nice. So, the first thing I'm kind of hearing from him is that there's she just came in, so they're talking. So I apologize for all the delay here. So your dad says that first thing he wants you to know is that they're both doing very well. He's at peace and wants you to know that he is watching over you and certainly helping you with decisions and thoughts. And I always tell people that if you ever suddenly think of somebody who's passed and think of the words, why do I think of them? It's simply because they are talking to you. Once we recognize that, then we have a lot easier time talking to them. Anyway, so your dad is saying there's a few little changes coming up for you, things that you've been wanting to change and need to change, and so far you're going to be doing them. He's also saying that you're going to be finding a new friend and starting to look into the spiritual world to re-energize yourself. And above most all, he says is you need to take time away from people and helping people and just help yourself until you're energized so that you can come back and help people at a higher level. He says you're just giving way too much to people, whether it be work or friends or whatnot. Just way too much energy. You need to re-energize. I do see you're going on a trip. I see you going off a plank. I don't know if that, or not off a plank, but going up a plank. So it seems like that would be a boat of some kind. So I don't know if that's a cruise or one of those mini places, or maybe you have friends that have boats that you're going to tour around on. But I just see you going off like a typical thing that goes onto a boat. I know, could be wrong. Could be an airplane too. All I just see is going up a ladder into something. I don't see what that something is because he's not showing me. He's also saying there's going to be reunion coming up soon, something with the family, so everybody can discuss things and get things sorted out. And so so your mother, I don't have much time because I only have a few minutes to do these reads. And your mother wants you to know that she loves you very much. And she's kind of saying that, she's, I don't know what's wrong with your hands or fingers, or, if something's coming up, but I keep seeing her, rubbing your fingers as if there's perhaps arthritis or something coming up with your fingers. And she keeps rubbing them, trying to make sure that you don't have that happen to you. And sometimes you'll feel them as like a little electricity tingles. But she just seems to be working on the hands and just letting you know that as long as you work on them, you're not going to have a major problem with them, but keep working on them. So I don't know if that's now or coming up, but she just says, take care of your body and do go back to the natural stuff and make sure that everything that going in your body is okay. Because then your body will take care of what is good and we'll have trouble with stuff that is not good. So if you're having trouble, with eating and whatnot, then it's probably because you're eating something that you shouldn't be. Anyway, that's all I have for you. I hope that helps you in some way, and thank you for coming out tonight. Well, I'm going to try this one. Stephanie Clark. Because I mentioned that I would look at trying to do your cat. because I'm trying to learn how to do readings for pets. Like I said, that's one of the new projects I'm on, and hopefully be successful with that. If not, well, I tried. Okay. So the first thing that kind of pops up is your daughter. And she's kind of like waving at you and saying, "Hey, how's it going?" And letting you know that she has the cat. She says the cat's just as playful as it used to be. I don't know what this means, but she shows her lying on top of a couch or something, then falling off, almost like she fell asleep and fell off. And your mother is saying that the family's all together on the other side. She says everybody that's passed is together. They're all helping the family as you move forward in life. And she says there's a bit of a sticky situation coming up for you, and that you're going to have to really take some time or take a step back to really think about. There's somebody, I don't know who it is, but there's somebody in your life that's going to cause you a bit of misery. And it's more about getting rid of that negativity. And it's going to be a hard decision. I just kind of feel that, maybe if it's a relationship or a family member, but I just feel that you might think that you can't do it because it would not be a right thing to do. But your mother says sometimes people will just hurt you more than they are worth you, and whether they're a family member or not, then sometimes you just got to let them go so they don't hurt you anymore. And again, the same message. Look at what you're eating. Take care of everything. Take care of kids or husbands if you have them. Those people around you, try to move them into a different direction for the healings. Because she says you'll start using your healing ability soon, and you'll be able to identify those that are good and who's good for you, who are not, and to get rid of the ones who are not supposed to be there. So he says there's some success coming up for you over the next little while. So no, I can't connect to the cat other than the girl who says the cat's doing very well and is playing with family again. Unfortunately, I can't connect to the cat. Still trying. But maybe the daughter told you what the cat wanted you to know. So that was for Stephanie Clark. Mm-hmm. To Kim Bradley. Mm-hmm. Hey, from your dad. Sorry, from your husband. It's because I was wandering onto something else. Sorry. Okay, so the first thing I'm getting from him is that He says, you don't always have to be so battle weary about things that are surrounding you. He says you're picking up on little things that you don't need to pick up on. And because you're still kind of grieving, you need to get rid of things that are just mundane. He loves you very much, and he still goes to bed with you and sits and holds on to you while you go to sleep, and then you guys can travel on the other side. He says with money, you're going to have success with money and be comfortable with it. There's certainly changes coming towards you with that. I don't know if that's employment or whatnot, or if you're on benefits. Certainly work coming up that way. And he also wants you to tell his parents that he's doing very well. He's at peace and full energy. So I don't know if you have kids or not, but I see him pointing to a young boy. Oh, sorry. I think that's a young boy that was supposed to be born, and he wants you to know that he has that child with him. He's also saying that you really have to start stepping back and as you mentioned before, take time to even from work, maybe some time to just find spaces for yourself. If you have kids, leave them with your parents to see if you can get that time by yourself to reconnect to yourself, not nature, but just to yourself, because you've been split in half. So it's just time to make time for yourself. Why it keeps showing me like toothpaste all over the counter and the sink. So I don't know if somebody's really bad at doing toothpaste, or perhaps he was. But he's just showing me as if saying, I see this. So I just got to kind of hint that, hey, you know what? One of the kids is being messy. But again, he wants you to know that he crossed with no pain. He when he crossed over, he met his family, and they all had, party and discussions and how his life was, and what his goal is to do, and his goal is to stay with you and the family to make sure everybody gets to where they're supposed to go. And he had the option of going and doing another lifetime, I guess, in this world, but he decided to stay with you and the kids to make sure everything was okay. So he says, he says all the dimes that you find are all from him, and those are just reminders that he's there. But don't think he's not there. He's always there. He just might be silent at times, especially when you don't really need him. Anyway, so that's all I have for you, Kim. I hope that helps in some way. Okay, let's go down to all the people that just came in. Hi, Mike. So, I can't pronounce your name. I've had a few reads with you, or given you a few reads. So, Jabulo? Okay. I love different names. It's just sometimes there's just certain names I just can't. My lips just can't work the way the name wants it to work. I know how to say it in my mind. I just don't know how to say it with my lips. All right, so. Yeah, so the first thing I'm kind of feeling is that there's an older lady that's sitting there watching you, but on the heavier side, she's got her arms folded and kind of tapping the side of her body with her fingers. Though she's got a big smile on her face, I'm assuming that you're not in trouble. So the message I'm getting for you is to expect somebody new into your family, either if you have a relationship or if you don't. A new relationship. It could be somebody having a new child as well, because I'm seeing that, the pink color, it usually signifies a child. But she's also saying that you're going to have a little bit of issues coming up with money. You may find yourself that you might be a little less on money. And with that, she says, as you need to plan for the future to make sure that you have enough money in the bank to hit the hard times. And it's not like you're going to be poverty or in the streets or anything. It just means that you may have to stop buying something that is more of a luxury than you actually need. And like I said, I kind of see this child because there's a family reunion coming. Time to cherish family and visit perhaps family members that you haven't seen in a while and reconnect. Okay, she says you got to stop talking trash. She says, that it feels nice to be able to tell people stuff or whatnot and through your anger, but don't talk trash. She says, people always say, turn the cheek and whatnot, but you know what? If you turn the cheek, all you do is get kicked in the ass. So, you got to stand up for yourself. And if somebody does slap you, hit you, then you got to kind of react back to them and say, you're not putting up with that crap. All in all, she says she's just very proud of you and that there's going to be, the little bit of changes that are coming up that you're going to be able to handle it, but just deal with the stuff that's coming with you and get rid of the negativity that's already around you. And she says you'll be a very calm person. Anyway, that's all she has for you. So let's go back to the new people. Oh, thank you, Philly. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I have somebody that's just popped in my head was actually an animal. So I suspect I know this animal, but okay, so I have an animal that's popped into my head right now. I think their real name is Dachshund. We usually, the old way of calling them, which, not really a nice way of calling them, but, like it was, geez, I just lost the word. Anyway, Dachshund, a short little thing with a long body. So this one was kind of like a dark red type of color. And so I just see it, walking around and being very noisy and kind of taking control of the family. And throughout life, he seemed to be okay, but then near the end, he seemed to be having problems with his teeth and having problems eating. And so, as he grew older, then his just all the teeth kind of fell out or had to be removed. And so he was not doing very well with eating and had to be moved into a different type of food. And at the end, he was put down. And the message I'm hearing from him is that when he passed over, he met what he calls the real master, or the person who was his original friend. He's free of everything. He's free of the pain and free of being an animal, because now he's a human and he can go back to doing what he was as a human. But he really wants to appreciate the people who helped him through his dog life. Because there was so much love in the family that he never had any idea that there was going to be anything happening to him. But he says, as your body, like a human body, dog body will also end much sooner than the human body. But he knows he was a pain in the ass with his barking. But hey, he says, he just couldn't stop. That was his job, was to notify people that there was somebody there. And it was part of his own defense system. In the end, he, last thing he says is, tell mom that I still love her. And he just kind of winks and goes away. Anyway. I still don't remember the name of that kind of a. Anyway. Let's keep moving on. Let's go back up. That's the word, wiener dog. Yes, the wiener dog. Okay, so Tracy McGinley. Okay. And thanks for anybody who has given me stars or donations and whatnot. Much greatly appreciated. Helps me keep this up and running. So, Tracy. Okay, so the first word I'm getting from your spirit guide is beware of overspending. There's going to be a period of time over the next 3 months that you may have this impulse to spend, which might mean you might have a little bit of extra coming in, but the point is don't spend it, because you'll need it in the near future. If you have a partner who likes to spend or something, but it's more of a, hey, you know what? It's gift money. Let's put it away and store it away for our future. Certainly for you, on the spiritual side, you're going to be getting a lot of new stuff headed your way. Especially with your friends. I see you being able to see their auras, or at least a glimpse of their auras. And you may start seeing it within your fingers, where your fingers might glow at specific times. So a lot of the aura abilities that you have will start to show up, and you already see your aura when you stare in the mirror. At least the yellow side of it. So anyway, so a lot of your spirit guidance thing is a lot of new stuff coming away. I have one that says here the new starts, and then on this side we have new starts. New start. So this one is the end of the past. So negativity will come to an end. Your spirituality will come in, and then you'll be a very happy movement going forward. And there's also a time where you're going to think, or they're going to tell you to just say screw it and just move on. And another spirit guide is saying, take the time for yourself. Just stop being so generous to everybody else and leaving yourself so empty. At least take 15 minutes to re-energize before you go to bed, and then you'll find that things will move a bit better. So you have two spirit guides. I don't see anything else that I was looking at your fingers. I don't see any changes there. So anyway, that's all I have for you. Okay, here's a quick healing meditation for those guys who want to do it. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. I'm going to put it out there for whoever wants to use it. This is a self-healing technique. And what it basically is, I've been mentioning, a lot of females don't take the time to help themselves or heal themselves. They're constantly giving energy out to everybody and are exhausted at night. So this is one that you can, very easy one that you can do either during the day or while you're watching TV. You don't even need to do it physically. You can do this just mentally. So all our chakras are connected by the same energy. So when we activate one, all of them get activated. Or you may need to send more energy to a specific chakra, but they're all connected together. So what I want you to do is just kind of sit there, relax, close your eyes. Just take a couple deep breaths. And in the middle of your hands, I just want you to imagine a ball with your favorite color just growing. And it's just kind of like circling. You see it like being an energy orb. It just kind of spins, and it's just, whatever color you like, just use that color and just watch it as it grows and a bit bigger till it's about the size of the inside of your hands. And when that's done, I just want you to take it and swallow it and feel it going down your throat and into your stomach. And then once you feel that, allow it to go to the rest of your body to re-energize you. Give you a few seconds to do that and to re-energize it. You should feel it going from your center core all the way to the end of your fingertips and the end of your toes. Okay. So play with it whenever you feel, Oh, I had somebody. Did I lose him? Somebody here wanted to read. I lost her. Okay. screen went too fast. So, okay, so June, huge. Mm. Okay, so I don't know what this means. I'm just going to throw it at you. All I hear is nice shoes. What about the rest of you? That's all she said to me, and she laughed. Anyway, the first thing she wants you to know is that she did hear you say goodbye, and that she was sitting beside you when she passed. Just letting you know that even though she was sad at leaving, she was happy at leaving. It almost feels like, she knew it was her time, and she tried the best at the end to be happy. She also wants you to know that those little electrical sparks you're getting in the body every once in a while, your palm and your arm and whatnot, is her touching you. And most females, as female spirits will move things, so you might find that's a general thing with spirits. Is every time I do a read for somebody, they say the same thing, so I just know that's a general thing. Something's moved over here, over there. It's just a general thing with spirits, and all that is to let you know that they are still there and they're still talking to you. But one thing she also says is that over the next little while, be careful of money. You're going to be juggling money for a while, simply because you'll need to spend it on something. And she also wants you to be careful of your right foot, because you might jam the ankle. So she says, be careful of where you're walking. She says, you don't need to walk with your phone on and reading it while you're walking, because you'll never know when you're going to miss that step. Otherwise, she says, she loves you very much, and it says, tell the rest of the family that she's very happy where she is. I don't understand this, but it's like, I don't know if she had a chair, but it's like somebody's sitting in it and she's standing beside it, staring at the back of the head as if they shouldn't be in that chair. I don't know what that is. But obviously you can sit in the chair. She's just like, it was her favorite chair and nobody's supposed to sit in it. But she says the greatest thing is that she's not limited by her body anymore. Her eyes, her feet, everything's working properly, and she can do whatever she wants. So now whatever you're doing, she knows you're doing it, so you can't hide anything anymore. But she says she only sees you as an orb, but she knows your energy. And she knows the love that you have within you, but you also been hurt too much to let all your love out at once. So she says, work on that. Everything will be good. Everything's headed to you in a good way. Just watch your money. Anyway, so that's all I have for you. Thanks, June, for coming out. Yeah. Okay, so um, so I have a spirit that's popped in. It's a female. Um, so so the first thing I'm getting from this, um, so she shows herself, and she's kind of short that I can tell. I'm assuming that this was when she was younger, but she just, shows her hair like shortcut. Not a shortcut, but just, they're all cut short. Um, like round glasses, but very dark frames, like very thick, dark frames. Yeah, I just kind of see her, her it was like a dark red shirt with black pants, and wherever she was, it's like she's at a party or something. Um, she's also showing me um, a young girl in front of her on a chair, probably 2, 3 years old. And on the other side of the picture, I see an older girl. So it must be Christmas because I see her opening something, or like holding something in her hand that she's kind of like opening it. The boy's kind of crying. She just like she tells me that she was um, for her own kid, she was a bit on the strict side. Um, she growing up, I guess she didn't know how to raise kids, so she was a bit on the strict side. But as she became a grandmother, then she taught her kids how not to be so strict. Um, when she's sitting in a chair and she's just showing me a row of pictures behind her, and all I'm seeing is 5 people. So I don't know if one's her husband and the rest are her kids and then her grandkids. I'm not sure how many are in there, but she's just showing me like a kaleidoscope of pics of people. I'm very happy she's passed and just watching over her family. It just says to her grandson, stop making big mistakes. It's okay to make small mistakes and learn from them, but big mistakes is stupidity. She loves everybody and just wants everybody to know that it's all good. Anyway, so that's all I have you from that girl. From that lady, I should say. Sorry, picked on the wrong one. All right, let's go down here. So, Bridget, let's see if there's a job opportunity for you. Just do some quick reads. So the card says, yes, you will have opportunity within the next 3 months, maybe sooner. But I see you working at the 3 months mark. It just says you'll have success in what you're trying to do or where you want to get going. So let's see. I'm still here, Mary. I think you're the one I was looking for. Okay. I was looking at you and I said I missed you or I lost you. So anyway, thank you for posting again. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the first message I'm getting is I'm just seeing a guy with a very wide smile. And just kind of message. He says, obviously he says, he left too soon and he had so much things he wanted to do. Be with his family and being with his kids, being success, but whatever happened, he says that was taken away from him. I don't know why he says this. I don't know if you guys or he had planned on having more children, but he just kind of says maybe he did. I don't know. I just got the feeling from him that he was missing more children. Unless you had an issue with having kids. I don't know. Just the feeling I get. So, he says to his children that he really misses them and lets them know and wants his kids to know that when they suddenly think of him, that he's there. And every once in a while, when they're trying to sleep, they might feel their, what he calls them, butterflies on their stomach, and that's him trying to tickle them. He sits with them and reads them books. And when they go to sleep, they may dream of him as he tries to pull them out to the other side. And let the children know that he's never going to be far away from them, that he'll always be there. And the dimes that they find are him. He likes to leave dimes for his kids. And of course for his wife. So Anita, he wants you to know that he hasn't forgotten about you either. He's still whispering in your voice, in your ear, and kind of directing you in the way you should be going. Taking care of things. And, he says it's hard taking care of stuff on your own. But he just wants you to know that he is still, helping you in that regard. He's pointing at your 9-year-old and saying, clean up your room and brush your teeth. So listen to your mother. So as directly to the 9-year-old, he says he loves you very much. And don't think that he never loved you. He always will, and wherever you are, whatever trouble you in, he'll be there to help you. Just ask him in your mind and he'll give you the answer. But he says there's a family celebration coming up. Time to enjoy family and celebrate and have fun. And he says now is time for you to, think of things in a positive way, go out, have fun for the rest of your life and meet new people and just realize that he's very much at peace and happy and, and he's happy that he's helping people, that he's still part of the family. And like I said, if you sit there and you feel he's there, he is. If you suddenly think of him, he's there. And like I said, a lot of times you might feel a little electrical tickles, like I said. So he tries to touch you, and above all, he says, when you sit there and all of a sudden you feel the electrical tickling in the middle of your palm, he says that's him holding your hands. So all I hear him said in the end, it says, "Love you both." And he's gone. Anyway, so I hope that helps you in some way. Okay, so my time's up. And I thank everybody for coming today. I certainly hope that you come back next week. And I will probably be doing some other reads during this week because I'm trying to train myself not to use tarot cards. So I'll probably be doing some reads and probably will really, really suck at them. But like I say, everybody, it's the only way you can learn is to do it. So when I do those reads, hopefully you guys will be accepting of me sulking. Okay. Take care, everyone, and you have all a good night.